Hi, I'm Steve, the Introverted Traveler. I've made it my mission in life to explore the beaches, deserts, mountains, and even cityscapes around us, and to do so while avoiding contact with as many people as possible. And although I will never hang out with you for any reason, I do invite you to join me on my journey. Come and see the world through the eyes of an extreme introvert. On this edition, we are hiking the Glade and Silcox Hut trails near the town of Government Camp in northern Oregon. Along the way, we will encounter sunny forests, pass by a historic hotel, say hello to the Pacific Crest Trail, and then make our way up the steep, snowy slope of Mount Hood. All this and much more on this Introverted Travels. Greetings, and I'm back yet again on yet another adventure. And today, well, I'm going to start this video with a little bit of personal math. It's not introverted math, that's a little bit different. This is the math of myself, the introverted traveler, so I guess it's introverted traveler math. Now, variable 1, it's summer. Variable 2, I live in Portland, Oregon. And variable 3, the Mount Hood Wilderness is only about 50 minutes away from my house. Oh, and variable 4, I don't really want to drive all that much because I'm being lazy this summer. So, with those 4 variables factored together, where do you think we are today? Oh yes, that's right. We are, once again, back in the beautiful Mount Hood Wilderness. And of course, that's Mount Hood right there. Apparently there's like 399 ways to approach this volcano and to get different views of it. And apparently, because it's so close to my house, I'm probably going to do about 398 of these hikes by the end of September. So yeah, get used to that. But today, I'm actually doing 2 trails. Currently, I'm on the Glade Trail, which, according to all trails, is like 6.5 round trip or something like that. So just round up to 2,000, and you probably got the correct mileage. That one actually takes us up from the small town of Government Camp, which is down by the highway, up to our fan favorite, the Timberline Lodge. Now, I mentioned the Timberline Lodge because that is also known as, say it with me, the Overlook Hotel, because it was used as the background for the hotel in the movie The Shining. Now, I'm going to issue a warning right here. If you are looking for the Shining jokes and really, really bad Shining jokes and really, really bad, crappy Jack Nicholson jokes, that's in another video. I've already done Timberline Lodge, I've already given a little bit tour of the outside, and I've already made, really bad Jack Nicholson and Shining jokes. So, if you're looking for bad jokes, I mean, you'll definitely get bad jokes in this video. I mean, that's a given. It's in every video. But if you're looking in particular for the Shining and Jack Nicholson jokes, go watch that other video, because I've already done it, and I'm too lazy to repeat myself again. So, okay, anyway, this takes us up to the Timberline Lodge, and then technically turns around, but the Silcox Hut Trail starts right after the Timberline Lodge, takes us up about 1.25 miles or so to, I'm assuming, a hut. Now, if I go up the Silcox Hut Trail and there is no hut, I'm going to be terribly disappointed. I mean, I'm not picky. I'll take any hut. It can be a small hut, it can be a big hut, it can be a rickety hut, it can be barely a hut. It could be a cardboard box with the word hut written on it. But if I'm going up a trail that has hut in the name, there better be a damn hut. We're going to tack on, it actually ends up being about 2.5 round trip, so 2.5 on the Silcox Hut Trail, and then we'll go back down to the Glade Trail and back to Government Camp. The meat and potatoes of the video, because, the intro always follows the formula, there were barely any people down on the side of the road, which is where the trailhead was. However, I've already seen 2 hikers and 3 of Satan's little helpers, aka mountain bikers. Now, the trail that I'm on currently, the Glade Trail, apparently that is no longer a mountain bike trail according to the Forest Service website that I read last night. Who knows if I read it correctly, but there are side trails that cross that have, Satan's little helpers, buzzing, of course, at 90 miles an hour. Into the forest and out of the forest, and then they'll smack a hiker on the way, and then they'll drag the hiker. Of course, the hiker is stuck in the spokes because, of course, there's people out here. and it sucks. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to contend with people, but not nearly as many people as usually start to hike. Now, once I get up to Timberline Lodge, that's when the soul killing and the mind draining numbness starts. That's when there will be people everywhere. There's gonna be skiers, runners, hikers, tourists. It's gonna be a living hell. However, I'm going to, whimper, cry, and run while sobbing my way through the Timberline Lodge area and to the other trail, and hopefully it will be a little quieter. You know it won't. That's what you're gonna look forward to today. Non-shining bad jokes, like every video. Me complaining about people and possibly me sobbing while complaining about people. And more than likely, fingers crossed, a hut. I don't know what type of hut. It could be Jabba the Hutt, but there better be a hut. I never do this in any of my videos, but I'm seeing the tracks of just really dangerous predators all over this trail. I mean, look at this. Right there. Now, I'm not exactly sure how big that tire is or how big that bike is, but as I've said in the past, the natural prey of the mountain biker is indeed the hiker. Their favorite thing is to, run us over with their front tire, hit us in the head with their back tire, and then get off their bikes, unhinge their jaws, reveal their vampire fangs, and feast from our flesh. We all know what's going on. We know what mountain bike hobby really is. It's just a cover for, monstrous vampirism. So when I say that there are dangerous predators out here, yeah, there's cougars and bears and all. Who cares about those? The mountain biker is the most dangerous thing you'll be facing. They're going to come gunning down this hill at 90 miles an hour, to overcompensate for all the various shortcomings in their life, physical and otherwise. They're going to be, ringing their little stupid bell. They're going to be covered in the ridiculous, garb. And then they're going to run you over, twice, front tire, back tire, and they're going to get off their bike and they're going to eat your flesh. That is just the way it goes. That is how mountain bikers live. That's how they sustain themselves. And that is the number one threat out here to hikers. So if you're out here and you see some of those tracks, well, really the only thing that can protect you is, holy water and garlic and maybe a crucifix, or possibly, ranting into a GoPro. Those are the only things that I know that will protect you. Well, here's a rare sight for this trail. Shade. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been mostly in full sun a good portion of this hike so far. Now, I knew that was going to happen because despite the fact that it's one of the most useless and incorrect apps ever, I do still read the user comments, and on occasion they'll say something that's actually not completely batshit crazy or completely made up. And they did warn that this is an exposed trail, so I'm slathered in all sorts of sunscreens and lotions and whatever else to protect me from that giant ball of flame it's right there. It only comes out like for 2 months out of the year up here in the Pacific Northwest, but when it's out, oh, it's out. I've been burned, I've been overheated, I've been sweaty. But yeah, so far we're doing good. It's a strenuous hike. It's not the worst hike I've ever done. It's a moderately strenuous hike, but it is all uphill. But aside from all that, aside from the fact that the sun is out and I'm pale as a vampire, so I'm burning constantly, I haven't seen anybody in like half an hour. It's been wonderful. So far, the trail that I've been on, haven't been passed, up or down. I haven't had any good mornings. I haven't had any hellos. I haven't had any small talk. It's been spectacular. I don't know if you can see that. It's rare when they actually put the signs way up, and in this particular case, normally I'd say, well, that's because there's, graffiti maniacs that come out here and draw like penises and everything, but in this particular case, I'm pretty sure that's done for snow, because in the winter, this place is like a cross-country ski route. It's covered, and so there won't be any trail. There'll just be, you know, snow. But yeah, so we're about 1.5 miles in, and this has not been the most exciting hike so far. I mean, it's literally been so boring that the most exciting thing I've found to actually turn on the camera and tape is the Glade Trail government camp mileage sign. That's it so far. Now, with boring comes some bonuses, of course. As I said, it's just me out here. I haven't seen any other humans since the bike demons earlier, and that was, you know, a while ago. I haven't encountered any other hikers. I haven't encountered, you know, the scourge that is trail runners. No, I've encountered nothing. The only thing I've encountered was there was something with antlers running through the forest. Now, I don't know exactly what that was. I'm assuming a deer, but, you know, with my imagination, I'm thinking giant jackalope, Wendigo, you know, some weird hippie who glued horns to his head and is running around the forest. Out of all those possibilities, that one, because I'm in the state of Oregon, that one's probably the closest to reality. I mean, I didn't see any nudity, and if it was a hippie, it would be naked with horns glued to his head, and that's just how they roll here in Oregon. But yeah, those are the two exciting things that have happened to me so far. Something with antlers running through the forest, and the direction Glade Trail sign. Well, this is gonna make a lovely video. Well, apparently I am now within the confines of the Timberline ski area, because this is actually facing the way that I came. But search and rescue agreement. If you leave the Timberline ski area boundary by crossing beyond any boundary sign or by climbing above any chairlift, you or your heirs will be responsible for the costs of search and rescue activities. Rescue may not be possible. That's just too many words. I mean, as somebody that thinks of himself as kind of a semi-writer, you know, I write this crap once in a while. I like to think that I can turn a phrase, so to speak, and that I can at least edit. That all that could just be replaced with good luck, sucker, it's gonna cost you. Rescue may not be possible. I mean, there you go. That's it. That simplifies everything that's on that sign. Good luck, shithead. Get your wallet out if you get lost. And come on, people, you don't need to overcomplicate the language. Well, I found the actual trail. I don't understand it. I mean, this is dumb even for all trails. And it still swears. It swears that this trail is not, it's still not a trail. It's literally just taking people off the trail and right through the bushes. I mean, yes, I guess it technically is a shortcut. I mean, a straight line is the shortest route, but no, I almost got whacked by a pine tree, all trails. A pine tree. Of course, I'm pretty sure, you know, if I got whacked by the pine tree, then like there'd probably be like an axe tied to the top of it, and that would be like a booby trap, and the axe would come and cut my head off. Because this is all trails. Again, you know, let's go for a hike and die. Then use all trails. I think I'm back on the trail, and I think I'm going to stay on this trail. Because damn, I mean, I might have logs or something over it once in a while, but it's certainly better than crawling through the freaking bushes. Apparently we found the uphill Nordic route to Timberline Lodge. Stay right and visible. In the summer, who am I going to be visible to? But I understand. I started to make a rant. I'm like, well, who am I supposed to be visible to? Are they filming me? Do they have sniper rifles in the trees that they just want to, you know, an easy pickings? But no, that's the Nordic route, which means that people come up here to snowshoe and ski and whatever, you know, cross-country ski. And there's also downhill skiers whizzing by like maniacs. So yeah, that's in the winter. I don't do snow. You see me do some snow, and it's awful, and it's dangerous, and I almost die every time. So imagine if I had, like, you know, snowshoes on, and there were like skiers flying at me. There'd be pieces of me, and then they'd make a video, you know, like a video that you show beginning winter hikers. It's called Blood in the Snow, and I'd be the corpse. My head would be on one part of the field, and my legs and torso would be elsewhere. No. I don't need to be dodging skiers and snowboarders, whatever the hell else is out here. But we're not on the Nordic route anymore. We're on the summer route. Hopefully the only thing I'll be dodging is like bad all trails directions. But I've been dodging that for like an hour now. So, all right. I've been saying this for a while, but fingers crossed that I'm almost to the lodge. I'm on the correct trail, even though All Trails is screaming at me that I'm off route. Yeah, that's because your route is a maniac's route, and it's like, that's the route out there, right there. That's the route they want me to take. Just see all those bushes and the trees? That's All Trails' idea of, you know, a trail. This, on the other hand, I mean, it might be the Nordic route, but it'll work, so let's go. Well, despite my best efforts to avoid people always and forever, there be people. We made it to the Timberline Lodge, and now I'm walking around aimlessly looking for the other trail to take us up to the hopefully people-free hut. But this area, I hear hooting, hollering, there's people on ski lifts. We're back in civilization, folks. Boy, does it suck. Hey, look what I found. The greatest directions ever. And the ones I gave a couple weeks in a video. We are 550 miles in that direction for Canada and 2,108 miles that direction to Mexico. That's all you need to know. Pacific Crest National Scenic Trail, number 2000. That's our old buddy. We're not going that way. Unfortunately, we're going up that way where there's people. I'd rather go on the Pacific Crest Trail. Maybe next weekend. But this weekend, my destiny lies in the soul-draining endeavor that is being around other people. Let's go find this hut. Let's hope there's nobody in the hut, and then let's get the hell out of here. There's more people coming. Let's scurry. Go. Red alert. Red alert. People. Go, go, go. So far, this trail has been just the paved road up here, but now I'm actually, I'm on a dirt trail, and I think I see the huts right up there. Unfortunately, I also see a bunch of people, but they're not really bothering me because, you know, A, they're snowboarding at like 90 miles an hour, and B, they're in their own little section. So, I mean, although, yes, it is still soul draining to have to see them, I don't have to interact with them. And although it would be way better if A, they were skiing dogs, that would be awesome, or they just didn't exist. So far I'm alone on the actual trail, so I'm okay, but seriously, snowboarding dogs, skiing dogs, I mean, think about it, that's brilliant. Somebody needs to do that. I swear, it's endless. More effing snow. But that's okay. I'm gonna take the route here. I'm just gonna, you know, well, I'm gonna just climb over some rocks and dirt. It's no big deal, but let me give you a little sneak preview of where we're going. That's the hut. Right there. That's the hut. Contrary to what I'd love everybody to believe, these are not the huts. I mean, they're my version of a hut. I'd love to say, hey, look at the huts. Look at the beautiful huts. I mean, they're from Bishop Sanitation. I mean, of course, you know, trail bathrooms are next to godliness. But no, alas, the actual hut is over there. And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get to it because I'd have to cross the ski slope, and there's, you know, snowboarders flying around. So I'm going to go investigate it in a second. But what I will tell you is it's windy. It's kind of gusty up here, and I had to pee. Now, peeing into a porta potty when the wind is like blowing 15 miles an hour, not fun. Not fun at all. You know, I was doing my business and I'm hearing it could be worse. I mean, I could be having a conversation with somebody and then the wind blows. I mean, I would rather fall over in a porta potty, a disgusting, gross ski slope porta potty, than have to be in a conversation with anybody ever in the history of all humanity. So, all right. Anyway, that's my bathroom humor for today. No, those aren't the huts, but wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so it looks like we're at the end of the line because in order to get over there, because that's the hut right over there, right there. That's the hut. Now, we're super close, but unfortunately I came counterclockwise, which would require me to pass over where the skiers, I don't see any at the moment, but where the skiers and the snowboarders are, and there's absolutely no footprints in the snow. This is no longer a trail. It's literally a ski slope, and yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pass over their ski slope, but yeah, there's the hut. I mean, it looks like a beautiful hut. It looks very lovely. I'm very happy we came up here. That you can see there's some sort of like, I don't know, wood area with some sort of container holding something behind the hut. The hut appears to have 2 chimneys. It's got a lovely wood roof. It's almost a miniature version of the ski lodge that's down below. So it was definitely worth coming up to the hut. But yeah, it's not worth getting, you know, hit in the face with a ski. So I'm going to avoid the ski slope. I'm going to wave to the hut. Hi, hut. And then we're going to go back. Now, of course, I'm just going to tell you that I mean, this was the prize right here. Forget the hut. I mean, the hut, I can't even get to the damn hut. The 5 trail ski porta potties, those are the star of the show. I mean, let's just face it. All right, well, technically I'm still in the ski resort, but as you can see, I'm in that really super confusing part where the Trails map just goes like straight through the freaking forest and through the woods and everything else. You know, I'm left to find the actual Glade Trail, which I believe is right here. I'm trying to follow my my path that I took before because it draws it on the Trails map, but unfortunately, the Trails arrow is going everywhere. The app's freaking out. Oh, I swear. This app gets worse every single video. Trails, I mean, I know you suck. We all know you suck. Do you have to like prove it constantly? And do you have to keep reaching new levels of suck? Oh, I swear it's the same rant every time, but it's justified because it's the same bullshit every time. We've returned to the 2-wordy sign that basically just says, you know, you're shit out of luck. We're not going to rescue you. But this is the official end of the ski resort. There's Mount Hood. Beautiful, wonderful, very volcanic Mount Hood. But my car's in that direction. So we're going that way. All right, so I've lost count, but I am more than likely less than a mile from the trailhead. And that means that I am more than likely less than a mile from my car. So it's time to do our trail rating. For those of you who have never seen my videos, which is most of humanity because a very small amount of people actually watch these videos, and an even smaller amount of people watch more than like 5 seconds of these videos. But we rate trails on an introversion scale, 1 to 10, with 1 being introvert hell. That's Disneyland on the 4th of July. That's when they line up all the costume characters in front of a firing squad and have the children pick who dies first. That's when the parents are running wild and ripping their hair out, trying to get their kids $50 Mickey Mouse ears. It's where explosions happen. It's where rides break down and blow up. It's the pinnacle of the worst possible thing for an introvert. Now, that's introvert hell. That's versus introvert heaven, which is a nice snowy ice field in the middle of summer, just you and the penguins in the middle of Antarctica. Not a single human being for hundreds of miles. Do they have direct flights? Do they just airdrop me into the field with the penguins? So that's introvert nirvana. Now, on that scale of 1 to 10, the Glade Trail, which we're on currently, I'm gonna give that, as far as introversion goes, that gets about a 9. Why? Because really, this is a winter trail. Now, I realized as I was making my videos, the reason why the AllTrails map is straight, and this is to the fault of AllTrails, of course, because we're not in the winter anymore, AllTrails. You need to have something in your app that automatically phases out the maps for winter routes. So, in winter, just going straight up would make complete sense. In the summer, well, in the summer it absolutely sucks. But the trail itself, since it's, I think, mostly regarded as a winter route, I saw maybe, let's see, I saw 3 bikers, maybe a couple more, I don't know. I saw less than 10 people. Now, it does end at the Timberline Lodge, and that's when the Hut Trail picks up. Now that trail, much busier, but it's a Timberline Lodge. So I'm gonna just give that one a 3. There were people everywhere, but they were mostly contained to the ski slopes. There was an annoying asshole on a snowboard. There were people doing this, there were people doing that. I don't know, it was a complete snowy mess. But overall, I would say this entire hike is probably about a 7 with both the trails included. It's brought down, of course, by the Timberline Lodge, which is like, you know, social circles. It's like somebody drew a pentagram in the middle of the Overlook Hotel and just let all the socialization demons out. Well, that brings down the rating. But the bulk of this trail is where I am now, in the middle of sunny, exposed hell, but that's okay. I'm almost done, I don't care. But the bulk of this trail has been relatively people-free. So I really can't complain, and that brings us to our misery index, which is a scale of 1 to 5. 1 is a complete pipe dream. It's no misery, and I'm always, to one degree or another, miserable. And of course, 5 is the most miserable you could ever be. I bust that scale constantly, destroy it, because my misery knows infinity. But on that scale, given the fact that for the most part I've been alone, I've been about a 2 most of the day. I mean, yes, when I got to the Timberline Lodge, I went up probably to about a 4 briefly. But overall, I'm gonna say 2.5. So this trail has not been terribly miserable. And even though it is considered a winter route, I mean, it's not a terrible summer route. I mean, there is an actual Glade Trail that AllTrails doesn't seem to know about. And that's what we hiked, and it wasn't terrible. It wasn't that exciting. It's a little bit boring, and so you know, there's better opportunities around this area. But it's not the worst thing, you know, ever. These 2 trails weren't terrible. I wasn't really able to finish the trail to the hut because somebody parked a ski slope right in the middle, you know, and threw snowboarders in there. But that's okay. So that's our trail rating for today. That's our misery index. I'm done. Just about done. It is hot. It's windy, but it's like a hot windy, and that, you know, that's just uncomfortable. So I'm gonna get through this forest. I'm gonna get down to the trailhead. I'm gonna get into my car, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here. All right, I am very close to the trailhead, and thus, of course, very close to my car, and very close to being able to get in my car, leave the trailhead, and get the hell out of here. So that means it is time, once again, for us to say goodbye. But before we do, let's do a quick recap. Today, we started in Government Camp, which is right off the main highway near Mount Hood. We made our way up the Glade Trail to the Timberline Lodge. Along the way, AllTrails completely messed us up because it doesn't seem to be able to distinguish between a summer and a winter route, although with advancements in artificial intelligence and the fact that they rake in the bucks, you would think that they would have that technology, but apparently not, no. But once we got up to the top, we switched to the Silcox Hut trail, which took us from Timberline up to the Silcox Hut. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do the complete loop because I didn't want to die by snowboard. So, you know, I mean, I don't want to die on a snowboard, but I especially don't want to die by having one smack me in the head and like a 200-pound snowboarder fall on top of me. So, we didn't do the loop, but we saw the hut and we saw that giant row of porta potties, and there's nothing more majestic than that. So, all in all, it's been a good day and a good hike. But it is time for us to part. And it is also time for me to say, stay introverted, everyone. And I'll see you in the next adventure.